Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Jason, certified financial planner and host of Fighting Words Financial. I wanted to make a quick video today just to kind of give you guys an update on what's going on with my personal portfolio. I'm a little more private than most YouTubers are when it comes to displaying kind of what I have in my personal portfolio. And I don't always let you guys know when I make a purchase or when I make a sale. I don't make very many sales. I think I did three for the entire, all of 2020. I did three sales. But I did make a purchase today that I do want to talk about. I ended up buying 250 shares of Li Auto. Now, that's not a huge position to take, but it might be a surprise that I'm taking that position because I think you guys already know that I have both positions in NIO and in Xpeng, and pretty large position in NIO and a little bit smaller position in Xpeng. But I'm going ahead and I'm taking a position in Li Auto too. Basically, I'm kind of creating my own mutual fund or ETF when it comes to the Chinese electric vehicle market. And let's talk about why that is. So there wasn't a lot of price movement after NIO and Xpeng both reported their vehicle delivery numbers for January. And I think that folks were a little bit disappointed in the numbers that both companies put out. Now, I'm not disappointed. I'm going to talk about why that is. So NIO reported 7,225 vehicles. That's basically just a little bit more than 200 vehicles than they delivered the prior month. Xpeng, the same thing. Last month, they reported about 5,700 vehicles. This month in January, they reported 6,015 vehicle deliveries. So they both increased a little bit, but it's just a little bit. And when you're looking at those month-over-month gains compared to the months before, it looks pretty paltry. And I think that some people were disappointed by that. Maybe they see slowing growth in the company. Well, folks, that really isn't the case. There's a couple of things going on with the market in China. November, December is really kind of car buying season in China. I know that's kind of an odd thing. I know there's car buying season here in the US, but it's not something that I really pay attention to in regards to purchasing a stock. But in this case, when you're looking at these growing companies, the fact that we don't see tremendous amount of growth right after that car buying season ends, and there was also a little bit of drama involving, subsidies that the Chinese government's going to be cutting this year, and both NIO and Xpeng offered some deals to get people through the door, while those subsidies were still valid. But anyhow, the fact that there was slower growth between December and January doesn't really concern me that much. But here's why I'm initiating a position in Li before they report their earnings. Do I think that the earnings is going to cause Li to shoot through the roof? Probably not. But I've been looking at initiating a position in Li for quite some time, and there's a couple of reasons why. If you paid attention to the December numbers and the total year numbers that Li reported for the Li One, that's the only vehicle that they sell, the Li One actually outsold any other model from either NIO or Xpeng. Right? There's real demand for this vehicle. Now, I think a lot of us think that we're familiar with the market in China. We think that we're familiar with buyer tastes in China. I know I do a lot of research, and I talk to a lot of people from China who are trying to give me their impressions of what the market is like. The one thing I can tell you that maybe a lot of Westerners don't realize is that there's a lot less homogeny than you may think there, meaning this is a very heterogeneous population in terms of regional tastes, fashions, and desires, right? This is a mature consumer market in many ways. These folks know what they want and they know what they want to buy. And Li Auto has found a way to exploit a niche somehow, some way. They found a way to address range anxiety with their hybrid engine, basically their electric generation, their onboard generator that extends the range of their battery electric drive. They found a way to address sort of status issues there. Because let's face it, when you buy a car anywhere in the world, not just in China, the car is a reflection of your status as well as just a way to get from point A to point B for many people. All right, so that's not necessarily the case for a lot of people watching my channel because we're savvy investors. We don't spend a ton of money on our vehicles. It's something that gets us from point A to point B. But the reality is, if the auto industry was based on people like us, who are really concerned with saving money, who are really concerned with building wealth for the future, if the auto industry was just based on people like us, then it would be a lot smaller than it is today. It's not. It's based on consumer taste, fashion, and the vehicle as a status item. And I really think that Li Auto, along with NIO, are really starting to become the first premium brands, premium manufactured brands inside of China that will eventually be exported outside of China. I really believe that about NIO, that it's going to become that first Chinese premium brand. And I think that Li's not far behind. The other thing that I really like about Li Auto is that Li Xiang, the founder, is a bit of a maverick. This guy simply doesn't talk, think, or act like any of those other people in that entrepreneur class. He's a little bit out there in terms of the things he says, and how open he is about not just his successes, but his failures as well. And I think that's one of the things that kind of sets him apart. He's really going to think originally, and he's going to enable Li to take that next step in terms of volume production, brand recognition, and getting the company out there and getting it recognized. Anyway, I think that I just wanted to cover this today because I know that Li Auto is a little bit less covered than some of the other vehicle companies out there. I do think they're a bit ignored. I do think that their price right now is a little closer to fair than both Xpeng or NIO are, meaning they're a little bit less expensive. So I'm initiating a position in there and in that stock. And now at this point, I think I basically have sort of an ETF or mutual fund that covers most of China's electric vehicle revolution. Anyway, folks, these are just my thoughts today. You can feel free to tell me how wrong you think I am in the comments below. As always, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.